Hi guys, if you take a look behind me, Smokey's aviary is all set up and I'm going to take you guys on a tour today. I'm super excited because you guys know that this is my passion, and so having the opportunity to share this with people who I know also have the same passion and are going to be appreciative of it makes me really happy. So if you guys are ready, let's go on a tour. We are on our way to the aviary and I want to make a quick stop right here by my magnolia tree because it is in bloom, and I want to show you guys just how beautiful this flower is. And it's a very fragrant flower, so our backyard right now just smells so nice because of this tree and the flowers that are in bloom. It's a very delicate, very beautiful flower, just a very soft white. You guys know that I just purchased this house less than a year ago. I think it's about almost 6 months now. And so, I've been very excited just to see this bloom. So now that it did, makes me happy. So let's continue our tour. And we are now heading to, here's the aviary. And I want to kind of show you guys the layout of the aviary. So off to the two sides, I have star jasmine here and another one over there. These are also they produce really fragrant white flowers, but they all just died. But while they were there, they were really not just pretty, but smelled really nice. And let's make our way closer. I don't know if you guys remember, but when I first did the video on my aviary plan, I told you guys that I really like this yellow rose. So I dug it out from the ground and I put it in a pot. And just last winter, I literally pruned it bare. So now it's grown out. I wasn't sure if this plant would survive or not, but it did. And I mean, this is not the best bloom right now. But I love the yellow flower that it produces. Very nice. So I went with a stainless steel aviary, and here is the big, I guess, shocker, guys. I did not get this brand new. I actually got this aviary used through OfferUp. And so when I got it used, I got it for literally a fraction of the price. If you guys are in the market for an aviary, I also, I suggest getting it used just because it's so much, for the money, you guys can get a much bigger aviary than what you would be able to get brand new. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, on the outside of the aviary, what I'm planning to do, haven't gotten to it yet, so you guys see all this bare dirt. I'm going to be laying Mexican beach pebbles all along the area. And one of the reasons why I'm going to do that is because when I laid down the decomposed granite, by the way, it works great. And take a look at this, guys. Looks beautiful. One of the things I didn't, I guess, quite expected was that we did have a little bit of rain. So when the rain came down over this roof, the decomposed granite kind of extended a little bit out further from, where the aviary ends. So all the raindrops, when they, hit the ground, it causes the decomposed granite to dislodge here, and some of it flung to that side panel, grill, whatever you call it. So it did create quite a mess. So the way that I'm going to combat that is to lay Mexican beach pebbles. All right. And I don't know how great of an angle my camera is able to get this. Let me pan it for you guys. So here's from the bottom up.
Ready? Go.
She's in a very talkative mood. And I'm going to show you guys this going from side to side. So it's a 7-foot high aviary with a 6-foot diameter. I also found a way to keep that evergreen, that tree in the background, by positioning the aviary just a little bit forward and off to the side over here. So kind of glad I made that decision, guys, because it is beautiful, beautiful tree. All right, now let's come closer. And one downside, guys, of this aviary is, in the manufacturer, if you guys are listening, this is a major downside, is that the door actually starts right here. So for a walk-in aviary, I would have much rather, I think it would have been a perfect aviary if the door went all the way to the ground. So that was the one downside. I got to kind of hop over and climb over when I get in. Now, this is a used aviary, guys, but take a look at how nice it still looks. This is medical grade stainless steel, so it's very resistant to rust and corrosion. In fact, the only spots where I was able to find some rust is right here by the locking mechanism. And let's take a look inside. By the way, this aviary, guys, bars are very thick. They kept a large cockatoo in here, and I can imagine that this would work even for a large macaw. I'm going to zoom out here so you guys can take a better look of the aviary. Okay, I'm going to hop in. And once I'm inside, I'm just going to flip this lock up. Now we're locked inside. Okay, I love this, guys. So when I bought the aviary, the man that sold it to me, he was a very nice gentleman, and he had this piece of driftwood that he just kind of threw off to the side. So I asked him if I can have it. So, you know, he gave it with the aviary. And take a look at this. So I have air plants that I just stuck in here. These are air plants, so they don't need soil to grow. They still need watering, so every week I would just mist them. And, you know, sometimes when I'm showering Smokey in here, Smokey, you come here. What you doing up there? Okay, don't poop on me like you did yesterday, okay?
Stop it.
She did do that yesterday, guys. Anyways, my air plants. So every week when I shower Smokey, they also get a little soak. So that's how I water them. I love having it in here because it does add a very natural, you know, it adds a living component to this dead branch, I guess. All right. Going back up, and let me move off over here. From that piece of driftwood, I used ribbon wood, and I used a steel wire brush to scrape all the bark off because it was red, but I wanted it to kind of really blend in well with that driftwood. I think I did a pretty darn good job. So these two purchased from an ex, and I love, guys, that it looks like it's floating. I don't know if you guys can tell from that camera angle. Let me angle it this way. There you go. So yeah, this perch is mounted over there. She has another perch up here. Smokey, can you say something for the camera? Can you say something? Say something. No? She's always in the mood for a head scratch, though. Fluffy bird. Very fluffy bird. And I love, guys, that my backdrop is a living wall. because I think it makes her feel very secure and just seems very peaceful out here. So she has, you know, her usual toys. It's a coconut toy with a lot of coconut fiber. She's already made some work out of it right here. I have that one. And the thing about this aviary, guys, is that it does have, look at this, 3 feeding stations. So a total of 6 food/water bowls if you use them. Honestly, I think that's a bit of an overkill. So I only use 2. One over there for water, and this one here for her food. All the other ones I am using to hang toys. That I will use to hang more toys, and this one has a foraging toy hanging right here. You guys know how big I am with foraging. So she has a foraging ball here. This is kind of like her little PlayStation over here. This, I tried finding another one, guys. I cannot find this thing anywhere online anymore. But this is where I put her pellets in, so that when she turns it, falls out, and if it does drop, it drops inside the bowl. Decomposed granite. This, guys, I am in love with. I was, to be honest with you guys, when I made that last video on the decomposed granite, I was a little unsure. I would even say a bit skeptical on whether or not this would hold up to her feces, but it is going great. Each week I would come out here and I would use, I would just scrape, you know, her poop, and then I'd use a broom to kind of brush it all up and scoop it all up. And her droppings, they come off very easily. The food particles, everything else, they clean very nicely. But I, so far, prefer this much over concrete, because with concrete, over time, it does grow algae. And you know, when your bird poops on concrete, you can see it very easily. Whereas the decomposed granite, it looks very natural. So everything that falls to the bottom, guys, just kind of blends in with the bottom. Here she is again. The one and only. Hey, Smokes. Can you say something for us? Say hi. There you go. Do a kitty cat. Good. What a good bird. Okay. We have a gardener that comes every week, guys, and I was joking with my wife. I'm like, you know, when the gardener comes out here, they're gonna think we have a monkey in here because of this rope. And so my wife was like, what is that rope for? And I said, well, the point is, Smokey is gonna hang from here to try to get some of her food from this foraging toy. And my wife was very skeptical. She's like, she's gonna do that? And so I said, yep, she is. And so I'm going to show you guys right now. It did take her getting used to that rope. It took time for her to get desensitized to it. But, you know, Smokey loves food. So the moment I put, you know, something tasty in there, she just goes for it. So I'm going to show you guys that right now. But, you know, she can't get enough of the attention right now. She loves being pet. She loves head scratches. So I'll show you guys in a second. Or 3. Alright, Smokes, I'll be right back, okay? Alright, tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle. Hey, big bird. So this is another view of the aviary, and Smokey chose the perfect time to poop, but this is what it looks like. Gotta show you guys, the aviary did come with Not a big deal, but it did come with this little stainless steel flower thing. Pretty cool. I don't care too much for it, but in case you guys are wondering, the food bowls are accessed out here, like that, and that just slides right open. All right guys, I just placed some spray millet inside that foraging ball, and so I'm going to show you guys right now. Smokey is actually going to show you guys right now how to use that hanging rope. But it seems as if though she's more interested right now in head scratches than she is in food. So Smokey, look at this. Check this out. Do you want some treats? Go get it. Go. Come on. There you go. Show people how you get your food. Alright, so it looks like she's not interested at all, guys, in her spray millet right now. So I have an idea. Since she is right now just loving head scratches, why don't I move over here, and then I will ask her if she wants a head scratch over here. You want to scratch, Smokes? Come here. Let me move her over here. Go on. Perch. Good. Smokes, you want to scratch? Come here. Alright guys, so she has no interest in spray millet right now, so what I can do is I will put an almond in there. That usually does the trick, but we'll see. Alright guys, right now it doesn't seem like she is interested in her food at all, but she is just interested in getting some cuddles in. So I guess this will just be what you guys will see for the rest of the video. Very soft feathers. Very soft. Is that enough? Turns out that she is only going to forage if I leave the aviary. Otherwise, she would just beg for head scratches the entire time that I'm in there. So I'm going to carefully just open this door just a little bit so that the bars aren't in the way of you guys' view. And she's become quite pro at this. So this is really good, not just physical guys, but also really good mental exercise for her. Keeps her very busy. And if you guys have a parrot, you guys know how important it is to keep them busy. So it's very acrobatic. I think I can go back in now. But just, I don't know if I gave you guys, like, because it's so sunny outside right now, guys, and there's a glare on my camera. I don't know how this is looking on the camera, but hopefully you guys saw, you know, what I'm seeing. You guys hear that crunch? So that's her working on that almond. Very strong beak. Pan, zoom out. Oops, that's zooming in. It's okay, Smokes. Alright, she got the almond, guys. Look at that beautiful red tail. Beautiful bird. Alright, she's almost done with her almond, so I think she's going to climb right back over. So I'm going to zoom or back myself up. And the fact that I hung this foraging ball here, guys, gives her a purpose for using that rope. If I didn't have this foraging ball here, I would imagine that what she's going to do is she's going to hang on that rope and she's going to chew the heck out of that rope. And so I don't think the rope is going to last very long. But again, keeping the foraging ball right there gives her a reason and a different purpose for using that rope. You guys can see just how busy this is keeping her. So that's the point, you know, when I kind of designed this aviary and just put everything together. That was one of the things that I just planned everything around is how do I keep her busy? Okay, let's go over there and join her. Hey, Smokes. Do you want a head scratch? What'd I tell you guys? This bird loves head scratches more than she loves food. I guess there was another almond in there. Alright guys, we have now reached the end of our tour. So make sure you guys subscribe, like, do all of that. And I do have a question for you though. Let me close this up first. Now, one of the cool things about this aviary, guys, is that it comes, or has these little hooks here. I'm planning on hanging plants on there, and this is where I need your guys' help, because some of you guys are much better than this, much better at this than I am. But I'm looking for some kind of plant that's gonna trail or hang, where it's gonna be green all year. So I'm looking for like an evergreen. But I also, hopefully am looking for something that stays green all year, but also is going to have blooms every season. So if you guys have any suggestions that's bird safe, let me know in the comment section. Okay, Smokey. Can you say bye? Bye.
Bye.
Good. All right, guys, I will see you guys all next time. Can you wave? All right, bye, guys. And we will go inside in a bit. Okay, Smokey?